Thank you, Richard. And yes, the basketball season does start tonight, but there's still some football left to be played. The Cowboys head to Ames this weekend, and a lot of eyes are going to be on Iowa State head coach Matt Campbell. As the Cowboys push toward the postseason, a different OSU team just found its place in the bracket. Fortnite also topped the charts as a game with the most concurrent players, with more than 3.4 million. That means every time you are online, there are 3.4 million other people online with you. It's safe to say this game has become a phenomenon. However, not everyone is on the bandwagon just yet. And welcome back to Countdown to Kickoff. Now, the Cowboys' schedule does not get any easier after this Bedlam game. Here's a look ahead to the Iowa State game. The wrestling team was in action in Tulsa for the Big 12 championships. The Cowboys won their 6th straight conference title, and for those counting at home, that's 52 all-time for the Cowboys. The Murray Hall controversy's had some history. The debate over this building's name has been going on for more than 20 years. While it's safe to say most people are in favor of a name change, there are still some who aren't.
Fortnite is the game that is taking the country by storm. The concept is simple. You drop in, collect gear, eliminate enemies, and the last one standing wins. With a lot of shooting games on the market, what makes this one different? Well, the answer is simple.
It's 100% free.
And it was free.
And then somebody was like, you know what, dude, it's free. Like, what do you have to lose?
One more reason I got the game is definitely because it was free.
The game being free brought people in, but people's competitive nature made them keep coming back.
I think one of the things is that, at least for me, like all my friends started getting good and like winning and stuff, and I was like dying at the very beginning of every game. I was like, I want to win.
But this game is more than the joys of winning.
Woo! Let's go!
And wanting to avenge your losses. Since its release, Fortnite has had more than 40 million people log on. The game has 1.8 million Twitter followers as of Friday. That's more than Sega, World of Warcraft, and Halo. Fortnite recently became the most streamed game on Twitch, with an average of 141,000 streams a day.
Fortnite also topped the charts as a game with the most concurrent players, with more than 3.4 million. That means every time you are online, there are 3.4 million other people online with you. It's safe to say this game has become a phenomenon. However, not everyone is on the bandwagon just yet.
Man, you know, I'm not a big fan of it. Growing up, never played video games. Just came home to work, tried to play this game, couldn't get the hang of it. Just makes me mad, so I don't like it.
The makers of Fortnite have no intentions of slowing down. They plan to expand it to other countries, and it's even becoming an iPhone game. The biggest game in the country could soon become the biggest game in the world. For the O-State Report, I'm Jackson Boland. Renovations for the Colvin were approved last week, and for Todd Missner, these renovations were a no-brainer.
The equipment was very old. It's been around a lot longer than generally is recommended in the fitness industry to hold on to certain pieces of equipment.
Treadmills, flooring, and even the giant ramp in the middle of the Colvin are items on the list of renovations. However, simply replacing the equipment isn't the only thing on the faculty's mind. The Colvin needs to be maintained for the sake of future Cowboys.
Because honestly, recreation centers on a college campus is a good recruiting tool, as well as it's a great opportunity to really provide a resource to not only the students, but the faculty and staff and other people that come into the building. And it's a really good feature of a college campus.
The changes to be made will improve the overall look and feel of the Colvin. Missner certainly has high hopes once the renovations are complete.
And I know that I feel confident that with this added renovation to the facility itself, it'll boost people's interest and hopefully make them feel more welcome and more likely to come back, because that's our job, is to create that environment.
Racquetball courts like this one are just one of the many renovations the Colvin will undergo, and look for those to start this month. Things like treadmills and flooring will start getting replaced in the spring. For the O-State Report, I'm Jackson Boland. Head coach of the Kansas Jayhawks, Bill Self, has never been swept in Big 12 play since he entered the league. The Cowboys look to end that streak as they hosted the Jayhawks on Senior Day. And on Senior Day, the seniors led the way for the Cowboys in this one. Jeffrey Carroll and Kendall Smith got it going early from three-point land. But Mitchell Solomon turned in the play of the game right here with a nice pump fake and clear the landing, because there he goes. He gets the and-one dunk to go. Kendall Smith gets a tough bucket to go to extend the Cowboys' lead to 16 at the half. The Cowboys' dominance continued in the second half. Smith, Carroll, and Solomon combined for 51 of the team's 82 points. Kendall Smith led all scorers with 25, including this three to ice the game for an 82-64 Cowboys win. The Cowboys became the first team to sweep Kansas in the Bill Self era. The Cowboys will face OU in the opening round of the Big 12 tournament on Wednesday. And while the Cowboys are packing their bags for Missouri, the Cowgirls are already headed home. The Cowgirls lost in the opening round of the Big 12 tournament to West Virginia 69-60. Naomi Davenport led the way for the Mountaineers with 21 points and 9 rebounds. Lauren Goodwin almost messed around and got a triple-double. She finished with 15 points, 8 rebounds, and 8 assists. Now the Cowgirls must wait until the women's selection show March 12th to find out where they will be seated in the NCAA tournament. The wrestling team was in action in Tulsa for the Big 12 championships. The Cowboys won their 6th straight conference title, and for those counting at home, that's 52 all-time for the Cowboys. The wrestling team will be back in action at the NCAA tournament, which begins March 15th. The weather finally cleared up for the baseball team, but that didn't stop the struggles. After defeating Little Rock 9-2, the Cowboys were outscored 35-9 in 3 straight losses. They bounced back with a 3-2 win in the series finale against Arizona State. Unlike the baseball team, the Cowgirls softball team had a perfect weekend. The Cowgirls rattled off 5 wins in the Mizuno Classic. Sophomore Logan Simunic tossed a no-hitter against Maine to highlight the weekend. This weekend, the Cowgirls head to Oklahoma City to play in the OSU Hall of Fame Classic. Now, guys, yesterday, wrestling coach John Smith announced that 2 Olympians will be coming to speak to OSU, Shawn Johnson and Shaun White, and that's pretty awesome.